Please, let's be seated. We say good morning to dignitaries here present. We welcome you to the 72nd inaugural lecture of this great university, whose title is Dynamics of Accounting and Payment Systems, the Hopes, the Fears and Aspirations. It will be delivered by Professor MORUFU, OLADEHINDE, OLADEJO. At this time, I want to invite the Registrar of the University, Mrs. Solani Balogun, to the podium to invite the Vice Chancellor.
Thank you. May I humbly invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor Razak Olatunde Rom-Kalilu, to the podium to read the citation of Professor MORUFU OLADEHINDE OLADEJO, presenter of the 72nd inaugural lecture titled Dynamics of Accounting and Payment System, the Hopes, the Fears and Aspirations, after which he will declare the lecture open. The Vice Chancellor, sir.
Citation of Professor MORUFU OLADEHINDE OLADEJO. MORUFU OLADEHINDE OLADEJO was born 6 decades ago in Ibadan to the family of late Mr. and Mrs. Badamoshi Olawale Oladejo Akande. His educational journey began in 1972 at St. Thomas Anglican Primary School, Iroko, via Ibadan. He did his secondary education at Okebadan High School, Oluyoro, Okeofa, Ibadan, between 1979 and 1984. On completion of his secondary education, he worked briefly to save funds for the pursuit of higher education. Thereafter, he gained admission into Ogun State University, now Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwoye, where he earned the Bachelor's of Science in Accounting between 1990 and 1995. He graduated with that degree in accounting, master degree in business administration in year 2000, master of science in accounting in year 2008. He qualified as associate of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria in 2001, and as a member of the Chartered Institute of Taxation, Nigeria, in year 2005. Today, he is a professional member and Fellow of both Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN, and Chartered Institute of Taxation in Nigeria. MORUFU OLADEJO worked at Ogun State University, Agoiwoye, as laboratory assistant from 1987 to 1990. He later worked at the Bursary Department of the same university as Accountant 2 between 1996 and rose to the position of Accountant 1. In 1999, he joined the academic staff of the Department of Accounting of the same university as Lecturer 2. He rose to the position of Lecturer 1, a position he held until 2009 when he left the services of that university. MORUFU OLADEJO joined the services of LADOKE AKINTOLA University of Technology, OGBOMOSO on 26 April 2010 as Lecturer 1 in the Department of Management and Accounting. He thereafter enrolled for the doctoral degree program in financial management in 2010 and earned the doctoral degree in 2014. He became Professor of Accounting on October 1, 2021. Professor MORUFU OLADEJO has held numerous positions in the university. These include Head of Department, Dean, Deputy Dean of Faculty of Management Sciences, Deputy Dean, Postgraduate School, and member of the University Ceremonials Committee. Professor MORUFU OLADEJO is a prolific scholar with approximately 80 publications in local and international reputable journals. His research interests span critical areas in accounting, including accounting's information system and finance, as well as corporate governance. His scholarly works have contributed significantly to advancement of knowledge in the field of accounting. He has supervised over 300 projects for the undergraduate, 44 master degree dissertation, and over 20 doctoral theses. Furthermore, he had served as external examiner and scholarly reviewer to Ajayi Crowther University, Ekiti State University, Kwara State University, Lagos State University, University of Ilesha, Elizade University, Osun State University, Macpherson University, and Crescent University, all in Nigeria. Professor MORUFU OLADEJO has received many awards and honors from different academic, social, religious, and professional organizations, some of which include, but not limited to, Grand Commander of Student Union by OOU Student Union Government in 2024, Ogun State Government Best Cooperative President Award in 2005, District Governor Meritorious Service Award by International Association of Lions Club, District 404B2 in 2009, and the same district also awarded him International Association of Lions Club Outstanding Humanitarian Service Award in 2021. Professor MORUFU OLADEJO is happily married, and the marriage is blessed with children. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby invite Professor MORUFU OLADEJO to, on behalf of the Faculty of Management Sciences, deliver the 72nd inaugural lecture of this university, as I declare the lecture open.
The Vice Chancellor, the Registrar and Secretary to the Governing Council, the University Bursar, the University Librarian, Dean of Postgraduate School, Dean of Faculty of Management Sciences, distinguished Dean of other faculties and student affairs, distinguished professors and other members of Senate, head of Department of Accounting, other head of department and directors of units, distinguished teaching and non-teaching staff, my families, both nuclear and extended, royal fathers and clergymen, great alumni members of Olabisi Onabanjo, University of Ogowe, and LADOKE, AKINTOLA, University of Technology, OGBOMOSO, indefatigable student of this great university, invited guests, gentlemen and ladies of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. With profound gratitude to Almighty Allah, I am privileged to present the 72nd inaugural lecture of this university before this distinguished audience. An inaugural lecture marks a significant milestone in a professor's career, providing an opportunity to share past, present, and future research contribution with colleagues and the wider academic community. In this regard, I humbly present my contribution in the field of accounting. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. My choice of topic is informed by my research focus, and it reflects my scholarly contribution, particularly my PhD work on appraisal of e-payment system and performance of commercial banks in Nigeria. This lecture is also notable as the second inaugural in the Department of Accounting and the sixth in the Faculty of Management Science at LADOKE, AKINTOLA, University of Technology. Vice Chancellor, sir, distinguished principal officers, esteemed colleagues, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to this inaugural lecture titled Dynamics of Accounting and Payment System, DAPS, the hopes, the fears, and aspirations. My interest in accounting did not begin in the university classroom. It began from childhood in the simple habit of keeping thrift record and paying close attention to how money was received, kept, and used. When we use charcoal to help our parents to keep the record of the daily thrift contribution on the wall. Although my academic journey at a point moved toward pure sciences, my passion for accounting remained alive. In the course of time, that early interest grew stronger and eventually led me back to the field that truly captured my mind and my heart, and that is accounting. Our parents wanted us to go and do pure science. They believe anybody in science class is the most brilliant student. Anybody in commercial class are not. So I wanted accounting because I've understood it, but they say you have to go and do science to become scientist. And today I can categorically and authoritatively tell you accountants are financial scientists. So I'm a scientist. So this lecture is not only an academic presentation, but also a reflection of lifelong curiosity about how people, organization, society, and government record value, control resources, build trust through accounting and payment system. Accounting, in simple terms, is a systematic way of recording, summarizing, and reporting financial transactions in order to provide useful information for decision making. At its foundation, there are two basic elements: receipt and payment. Debit, what you receive; credit, what you give out. For every transaction, there must be two entries: the giving effect and the receiving effect. For every debit entry, there must be corresponding credit entry, and vice versa. This principle was associated with the person we regard as the father of accounting, Father Luca Pasola, in 1494. However, accounting started before Luca Pasola, some 8,000 before Christ. Over the centuries, accounting and payment system have moved together through different stages of human civilization, from the ancient world of Mesopotamia, Egyptian era, Roman Empire era, the medieval era, to the complex digital system of today. In our present age, accounting is no longer limited to books and ledgers. It now operates in an environment shaped by technology, innovation, audit trail, digital platform, and emerging system that bring both opportunity and uncertainties. It is this changing nature of accounting and payment system that makes the topic timely and important. The hopes are many: greater efficiency, transparency, speed, accountability, and global reach. The fears are also the real fraud, cyber threat, ethical concern, professional disruption, and the danger of losing the human judgment that has always been central to sound accounting practice. Yet, beyond the hopes and fear, there are aspirations. There are aspirations, no fears. Aspiration for a system that is reliable, inclusive, innovative, and able to serve the need of individual, institution, the government, and society at large. It is my desire in this lecture to share this journey with you, to examine how accounting and payment system have evolved, where they stand today, and what the future may hold for the profession, for institution, and for that of the wider community. Management Accounting Information System. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. If accounting is the language of the business, the management accounting system is the thinking process that gives that language meaning, direction, and purpose. It is the system that gathers, processes, and presents both financial and non-financial information for management use in planning and decision-making, control, and strategy. In other words, management accounting information system help management not only to know what has happened, but also to understand why it has happened, what it means, and what should be done. It is an holistic accounting information system that should not be taken granted by any management of organization that want to succeed. Payment system. Payment system is the art of the business transaction and economic activities, because it makes the movement of financial resources possible from one party to another. According to OLADEJO et al. 2016, payment system occupy a central place in the smooth operation of commercial and economic life. This makes the subject very relevant to the inaugural lecture because no discussion on the dynamics of accounting can complete without a proper understanding of how payment are initiated, processed, controlled, and reported. In recent times, there has been a major shift from the traditional cash-based system to electronic payment platform. According to OLADEJO 2014, this transition has transformed the way individual, organization, and government carry out financial transactions. Today, payment can be made through automated teller machine, point of sales terminal, online banking, mobile banking, electronic fund transfer, USSD platform, and mobile money operator like OPay, PalmPay, MoneyPoint, etc. The modern accounting and payment system now move side by side as payment method become more digital and technology driven, so also the accounting is becoming more responsive, timely, and efficient in recording and reporting transactions. The cashless policy boost. The changing dynamics of accounting and payment system reflect a continuous movement from traditional financial practice to faster, more technological driven record of exchange. These transformations speak directly to the theme of this lecture because it captures the hopes for the efficiency and transparency, the fear of the fraud of the system, and the aspiration for a more reliable and inclusive financial future. With this transition, the cashless policy stands out as it is the major force shaping the modern payment system. OLADEJO et al. 2016 showed that cashless policy has strengthened economic transaction and improved monetary management. Is important to this lecture lies in the way it has encouraged reduced dependence on physical cash and increased the use of digital payment. Accounting and payment dynamics present a picture of a profession and a system that continue to change with time, knowledge, and technology. From the early foundation of bookkeeping, accounting has expanded into a broader field that now embraces financial management, auditing, taxation, forensic practice, ethics, and digital accounting, among other branches of accounting. In the same way, payment systems have moved from manual and cash-based processes to electronic technology driven by platform. This steady transformation captures the heart of this lecture because it reflects movement, change, uncertainty, and possibility that bring the light at the end of the tunnel. OLADEJO 2014, OLADEJO and Akambi 2012, and OLADEJO and UNIS 2021 showed that digitalization, automation, and information technology have improved financial reporting, audit trade, and operational efficiency. OLADEJO 2016, ALUCO, and OLADEJO 2024, OLADEJO et al. 2024 showed that electronic payment and fintech have strengthened banking performance, while Fijabi et al. 2023 observed that digitalization has improved accounting practice. OLADEJO and Fashion of 2013 also linked electronic dividend to the reduction of unclaimed dividends in the same direction. OLADEJO and UNIS 2014, OLADEJO and Nadereti 2010, OLADEJO and C2 2018 connected information technology with improved performance in cooperative, microfinance institutions, and small business. In tax administration, Fashion et al. 2014, OLADEJO et al. 2019, and OLADEJO et al. 2025 showed that electronic tax system and tax identification number have supported revenue generation through training, awareness, and policy support, though policy and awareness and policy support remain necessary. The COVID-19 imperative. The COVID-19, I know when many of us have COVID-19, it will never come back. It has come and has gone. It has come with its whatever it has brought, but it has come with an opportunity. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. The COVID-19 pandemic caused major disruption and loss of life, but also accelerated shift to digitalization. It forced us to digitalize. People that wanted to hold too long to cash in their hand were forced to operate digital payment system during the period, because not because they wanted it, but because that is what the time has brought to them. Especially payment technology, as observed OLADEJO 2021, Rinaldi 2022, Zumzuki 2022, and OLADEJO 2024. The pandemic stimulated research in accounting and financial transactions, while partnership between financial institutions and technology firms expanded across funding, according to the World Economic Forum 2020. The blockchain and cryptocurrency boost. Blockchain and cryptocurrency represent another major shift in the dynamics of accounting and payment system. They showed how financial transactions are moving beyond traditional system into a digital space where speed, security, transparency, and decentralization are becoming more feasible. This development reflects the hopes of a more efficient and trustworthy payment environment. The fears of regulation, volatility, and misuse, and desperation for a smarter financial institution is also a subject of concern. The central bank digital currency. What happened with the central bank digital currency is because of the fear and some problem that generated using cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency were created by private investors, and it is not under the control of the government. So people will trade, they will make money, and they will trade, they will crash. There's no regulation, nobody to harass people that are behind the operation of the cryptocurrencies. So the government of the world, central bank of the world, deem it fit to update their own cryptocurrency that will give confidence and a good mindset to the people to invest in cryptocurrency. Those people that are falling in the hand of the crypto operator, we know ourselves. But central bank digital currency has come to give you hope to operate digital currency in a form of cryptocurrency or in a form of fiat money. A CBDC is a digital form that currency issue and the current of that of fiat currency issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The Naira was introduced as a digital legal tender to serve as a medium of exchange, a store of value, and a unit of account. ADEDICPE 2022 presented it as a state-backed alternative to private cryptocurrencies with the capacity to support financial innovation and cross-border transaction without fear of being duped or being crashed, as the language you normally hear with people that are using cryptocurrency. Currency in circulation and digital payment system. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Digital payment system reduce physical currency in circulation by increasing the speed, ease, and convenience of electronic transaction, thereby reducing reliance on cash. Key drivers include increased convenience, cashless initiatives, CBDC efficiency, market adoption, central bank policy. However, the overall effect on the money supply will depend on CBD design and public adoption, as digital system may complement rather than freely replacing the physical cash. Cannot totally replace physical cash, but can only complement. But it will have an impact on the currency in circulation. Impact of digital payment on cost of printing currency. Digital payment adoption reduces cost of printing currency by lowering demand for physical cash. This eliminates costs related to raw material, manufacturing, transportation, storage, and security. Digital system also enhance transparency and efficiency, reducing illicit cash usage. However, the extent of cost reduction depends on high adoption rates and strong digital infrastructure as cash usage may still persist in some contexts. We will still continue to be using cash despite all this efficiency. Accountant role in payment system. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Accountant remain pivotal to payment system from barter to digital era, managing account payable, receivable, financial reporting, budgeting, and internal control. They act as financial physician, ensuring financial aid, compliance, and decision-making effort. Accountants are scientists. They are financial doctor, super and better, that whatever problem that accountant have refused to solve may be difficult by the medical doctor to solve. And I will give you an example. People that have lost their money to cryptocurrency, their BP will rise up to 200%. Before they bring them to the medical doctor, they will have been BID, beyond the solution of the medical doctor. But if they have listened to the accountant advice, they wouldn't have fallen out to that crashing. Accountant as a financial physician, ensuring fiscal health compliance and decision-making support. With digitalization, accountant now utilizes accounting technology and software like P3, QuickBook, Enterprise Resource System, and we have continued to retool and we are continuing to upskill to remain relevant in the evolving digital world. Government e-payment adoption ranking. Government adoption of e-payment is very important for its global acceptance. If government of a country fail to adopt digital payment, it may be difficult for such a technology or payment system to thrive. So that is why the Europe Economic Intelligence Unit in 2007 came with a findings that measure adoption across 4 pillars: government to government, government to customer, business to government, government to business, e-payment, with a score on a 0 to 100 scale. The 2018 GIA study shows that countries with strong infrastructure and policy lead in adoption, though innovation is also evident in developing economies. Recent ranking by Waseda University, as presented in Table 1, placed Singapore, United Kingdom, and Denmark at the top, while Nigeria ranked 60 with 57.41%, and Ghana the last with 42.3%, indicating widespread global adoption. Nigeria's progress is supported by fintech growth and mobile technology, enhancing efficiency and accountability in digital payment. So Nigeria is 60% e-payment compliant. Why don't you clap for Nigeria? Apart from the fact that Nigeria is better in jollof than Ghana, we always surpass them in payment system. It's not only in jollof rice that Nigeria is better than Ghana. We are better than Ghana in digital payment adoption. Cash reliance country analysis. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Right, 2025. Analyze countries most reliant on cash payment in 2022 using metrics such as internet usage, credit card ownership, ATM per 100,000 people, cash-based payment, and unbanked population. He wanted to know which country are still most tenacious to holding on to cash. And he found, as presented in Table 2, Morocco as the highest with 74% cash-based payment. When I now see the recent involvement of Morocco in FIFA, CAF, return of the cup already won by Senegal, fraudulently to CAF, and I realize why they are cash big. Because the other now, the cash is very important when you want to settle matter sometimes. It means because to do it through online, you can be easily apprehended. Finding from the study show that Morocco is number 1 that is still using cash most. Egypt and Kenya follows, and Nigeria is number 4. Thank God we are not the most country relying on cash in the world. So we are number 4 Morocco now. To meet me like Nigeria also have that kind of a system of using cash in Ghana, must go and something, brand envelope, and many things that cashes do that may not be possible if you want to make it online for terrorism financing and some EFCC anti-likes. Europe most cash reliance country in 2022. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Right in 2025 also, investigate the most cash reliant country in Europe, and as presented in table 3, figure 3 to 4, found Bulgaria as the most cash reliant country in Europe, with a cash reliant cost of 8.35 out of 10 on the index. Bulgaria has the lowest percentage of people with access to the internet out of the country studied, with about 70%, meaning digital payment are of ban for many. The Nigerian e-payment statistics. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Nigeria has witnessed significant growth in e-payment adoption, supported by high internet and mobile penetration, according to KPMG 2017. With over 148 million mobile subscribers and 92 million internet users, alongside a useful population, digital payment usage has expanded rapidly in a great country called Nigeria. By 2025, dominant channels include bank transfer, like NIP, POS, digital wallet, USSD, and strong growth in both transaction value and volume. Nigeria recorded a 59% decline in cash usage from 2014 to 2024, the highest globally, with projection of further decline, according to the World Pay Report of 2025, FinTech Magazine 2025. The CBN 2023 Naira redesign policy by Soludo. That time, nobody will want that time to come again, but it has helped us to move closer to adopting e-payment system. That Naira redesign policy accelerated digital adoption, despite causing cash shortages, loss of life, while fintech firms and mobile money operators like OPay, Pampo, etc. became driver of digital transaction. And many people are now using OPay. They are shifting from traditional banking system. And I want to sign a note of warning that we should be cautious with using this digital platform. They go, they are okay, they don't charge, they will charge me. Maintain bank account with your normal bank account. So know the amount of money you will transact with this mobile technology and ensure that they are fully registered with the Central Bank of Nigeria. Data analysis of e-payment transaction in Nigeria from 2012 to 2014. Data from the Central Bank of Nigeria from 2012 to 2014 show a clear transition from traditional payment method to digital platform. From 2012 to 2016, we have dominance of ATM, checks with low adoption of POS, internet and mobile payment. From 2017 to 2019, which is the beginning of digital acceleration driven by fintech innovation, mobile usage and financial inclusion policies with strong growth in POS and mobile apps. In 2020, the COVID-19 era is a major turning point with a sharp increase in internet, POS, mobile money transaction. Though ATM usage remains significant, we still continue to use ATM. Probably because that one vomit money. ATM is even closer to cash. Anybody that is using ATM and believe is a technological incline, that person is more closer to cash than digital platform or cashless society. That's people that are still going to the bank to take money from the bank. It is that syndrome or psychological concept of wanting to hold money that is making them to continue to be using ATM. 2024 is a period of adjustment with some fluctuation, especially in POS, but sustained dominance of mobile and internet wallet-based payment. The analysis of the as presented in table 5 and 6, table 5 and 6, figure 8 to 11, show a transition from conventional payment threshold, that is check and ATM and physical cash, to digital platform. The new payment challenges. Despite the effectiveness of modern payment system, several challenges limit its full adoption, especially in Nigeria and other developing economies. Key issues include financial exclusion, slow and costly cross-border payments, psychological preference for holding physical cash. This is the pain. That is why we are not closer to Denmark. That is why we are not closer to UK, to Norway, who are 100% banked population, because we love holding cash. When I came to this town in 2010, I started hearing Ajifowobaje, ibi inimutigbomi, Bombado. You understand? Ajifowobaje, people of OGBOMOSO love to Fowobaje. So we need to tell them to please. They love to hold money, physical cash too much, and it's disrupting the 100% adoption of e-payment system. Empirical evidence by OLADEJO et al. 2021 show persistent bank queues despite e-banking, driven by cash preference, poor internet atmosphere, poor internet infrastructure, cybercrime, inadequate banking technology, and transaction costs. Earlier study also identify lack of skilled personnel, high terminal costs, and low user confidence as a major constraint, as observed by Litner 2006, AKINTOLA 2010, Aworemi et al. 2018. The continuing relevance of cash is supported by its attribute of availability, reliability, anonymity, and all-inclusiveness, according to World Cash Report of 2018. So that means my observation about OGBOMOSO people has been supported by the World Cash Report. So that means that they can continue to forward budget. You may know Aji forward budget ni mi Aji forward budget, but that name is too. Move another OGBOMOSO, you will see Aji forward budget. Elei Aji forward budget. Elei Aji. But one ni Aji forward budget. Other challenges include power failure, poor communication link, lack of backup system, inadequate capital, high charges, loss of confidence, and cybercrime, as observed by Warren 2000, Ofia 2025, 2005, OLADEJO 2016, and Ololade and Ojaide 2017. You can see that bank charges. It is the fear of bank charges that are making people to shift from traditional banking system to go and be using mobile money operator. May God not let us, not anything bad thing happen to us. My contribution to academia, community, and academic profession. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. My journey in academia, community service, and accounting profession reflect a life high-seen commitment to knowledge, service, and professional growth. Through teaching, research, supervision, and mentoring, I have contributed to the training of many undergraduate and postgraduate students in accounting and related fields. I have also supported curriculum development in postgraduate programs, seminars, academic quality assurance within and outside my university. These efforts show my aspiration to strengthen accounting education and prepare future professionals for a changing world of accounting and payment system. Within the university system, I have served in different leadership positions, including head of department, deputy dean of both the faculty of management and at postgraduate level. This responsibility helped me to contribute not only to the administration but also to the institutional growth and academic development. In the wider profession, I have served the accounting community through the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN activities, committee participation, and contribution to professional standard and policy discussion. I have been appointed to the ICANN Technical Research and Public Policy Committee, which is the second largest council of ICANN internationally. I have served as a subcommittee member in exposure draft through the International Accounting Standard Board. My contribution to the community has also remained important through support for projects that improve human welfare, such as borehole, school rehabilitation, and religious infrastructure. This captured the true spirit of this lecture, because accounting should not only serve organization and market, but should also touch lives and support development. Conclusion. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I have been able to establish that accounting and payment system are intertwined and interoperable. And payment systems are very central to business, commerce, and governance. I've also been able to establish that payment system has become a global need that everybody must connect with, and that payment system will help us to reduce the currency in circulation. It will help us to reduce the cost of printing currency, and it will safeguard fast and easy movement of money from one place to the other. Recommendation. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, at the beginning of this lecture, and as I frame it, it shows that there are some fears that have made or limited the adoption of e-payment system. So if this suggestion could be followed by the government, the financial institution, and the public, those fears will be allayed, and we are going to see aspiration. Government should be able to provide a strong infrastructural base for payment system. Government at the federal level should compel and form other governmental units, state and local government, to make payment through the electronic portal. They should continue to monitor and regulate that framework of reducing the need for government and public to be carrying heavy cash of money all about. To the financial institution and technology provider must see themselves as partners in progress rather than competitors in rivalry. They should collaborate. They should focus on collaboration. Nobody should be fighting to be who is going to be the leader in the tech industry, fintech industry. They must invest in a continuous training and retraining and awareness, because digital transformation will keep changing the future of accounting and payment system. To the Nigerian citizen, the Nigerian citizen should begin to see digital payment as part of the new global financial ready. It's a new normal. We will continue to be agile forward, but everybody will be. But we should see the new payment system as a new normal. Continue dependence on cash. We only limit traditional inclusion and weaken connection with modern economy. The gradual embrace of digital transaction will improve convenience transparency, and participation in fast-changing financial transactions. Acknowledgements. All praise and gratitude belong to Almighty Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, for his infinite mercies and blessings that have brought me to this momentum occasion. I am profoundly grateful to the Vice Chancellor of LADOKE, AKINTOLA University of Technology, OGBOMOSO, Professor Razak Olatunde Rom Kalilu, and all principal officers for providing me this unique platform to present my inaugural lecture. Your visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to academic excellence have made this milestone possible. I must also acknowledge with deep academic excellence. I must also acknowledge with deep appreciation the past Vice Chancellor who had the wisdom and foresight to offer me employment at this great institution, a decision that has shaped my entire academic trajectory. My heartfelt gratitude goes to the Dean of the Faculty of Management Sciences, Professor Remi Awuremi, whose exceptional leadership and proactiveness have been invaluable. I'm equally indebted to the Deputy Dean, Professor Akin Oyedokun, for his steadfast support. I acknowledge with proven respect my distinguished senior colleagues and professors in the faculty. Professor Ofawole, I have placed Professor Ofawole. Everybody be saying Baba is in science. Yes, he has been our dean. He came to act as the dean, and I was his deputy dean. That is the reason for having to put him first. I'm very sorry for that to other respective leaders in the Faculty of Management Science. To our father, Professor J.O. Adewoye, the father in the Faculty of Management Science, is the most senior and the fathers in that faculty, and we acknowledge you. Followed by our mother in the faculty, is the most senior and the mother of everybody in that faculty. Another professor in the Faculty of Management Sciences, Professor Akande. I want to especially acknowledge my supervisors, Professor A.R. Onaolapo and Professor Pade Aderibigbe. I thank you for making me for what I have been today. I appreciate other senior colleagues in the faculty, Professor Ojokuku, Professor Somiwa, like Professor O. Usman. I appreciate other professors, Professor A. Adegoroye, Professor T. Olatunji, Professor Ayantoyinbo, Professor Laifa, Dosumu, Fie, late Adele. My appreciation goes to my boss street team at Olabisi Onabanjo University, particularly then Bossa, Pastor G.D. Farajimi, Mr. Adetayo Adepoju. Mr. Adetayo Adepoju is my first boss in Olabisi Onabanjo, and it's in this hall. I want to take the permission of the Vice Chancellor to allow him to stand up for recognition, sir. Mr. Sina Adepoju was then the principal accountant. PA have used to train me as an accountant before I crossed to academic. Thank you, sir, for coming from far. The Bell University there is the current boss of the Bell University. T.K. Oduniyi, Damilola Alawusa, and the like. I want to specially mention the foundation bosser of Olabisi Onabanjo University, and I have reason for that. Mr. Samuel Onigbide, in 1987, when I first came in as a lab assistant, I came in as a poor man. So he was the one that first gave me a salary advance of 150 naira. That salary, that 150 naira is I appreciate him. With your permission, sir. I sincerely appreciate my professional body. No. I want to also mention my team in Olabisi Onabanjo University in the cooperative, late Paul Soyinbo, Mr. Bola Taiwo, Mr. Ayo Mojola, Dr. Yomi Onanuga, and of particular mentioning Professor Ebunluwa Olufemi Oduwole, the current Vice Chancellor of Ajayi Crowther, who used to be my Vice President, that it was the team that won the best cooperative in Ogun State then. So I support another team made us to have that award. It is not only me. I appreciate her. I think it's on our way. If it's not here, he will surely come. I sincerely appreciate my professional family, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, for the reposed confidence to serve in the examination family, which I still remain as a member and still serving, and appointment to the technical research and public policy of the Institute, and as well as support toward the success of this inaugural lecture. I am grateful to the Lions Club International, especially District 404B2, that I have served as Deputy Cabinet Treasurer, Region Chairperson, Zone Chairperson, Club President, which have been sources of tremendous support and fellowship. I am grateful to my dedicated research team and brilliant research team and postgraduate students, starting from my first postgraduate student, Dr. James Obadeyi, is current head of Department of Banking and Finance in Olabisi University. Dr. Yunus Soliu is the current Deputy Director of ODS of LADOKE. Dr. Isis Adiago, Abraham Ajala, Akintole Ambali, Dr. Juliana Oyetola, Deji Adisa, Yemi Ogundiya, Akiwumi Akisola, and the likes of them. The support and blessing of my royal father have been deeply cherished and are grateful, acknowledged. In fact, I want to seek the permission of the Vice Chancellor to recognize the Olona of Ada, Oba Dr. Oyetuji Ojo, the number one academic Kabiyesi in the whole of Osun State. You are welcome, Kabiyesi, sir. We used to be here together in the fact, maybe you don't know him, in the Faculty of Management Science as a very great scholar. The students used to call him Boju Asis. Kabiyesi, you are welcome for honoring me. I want to recognize the Olubadan of Ibadan land, the Song of OGBOMOSO, and of also particular reckoning is His Royal Majesty Oba Tajudeen Aminula Abogunde land. He's also on his way coming. He promised to come. He's come. Maybe he was chained outside by the directive of the VC. With your permission, sir. I extend my gratitude to the Islamic leader and scholars who have provided spiritual guidance throughout my journey, particularly chief imams and sheikh, Islamic educator who have shaped my faith and character. I want to mention particular my powerful sheikh Muhyiddin Hassan Baba Fateh. Baba went to Umrah and I believe he's around. He promised to attend and is attending, is on his way coming. Baba, another spiritual leader, I bow. Jazakumullahu li khairan. To my two pillars. And I want to seek the permission of the Vice Chancellor to let them stand up for recognition. To my two pillars. I have two pillars. I have two wings. That is why I have flown so higher than others. You have to learn from my model, my Vice Chancellor, sir. I want to seek your permission for them to learn from my model. Because with two wings, one wing may keep a bird flying, but not as higher to a peak level. So I'm grateful for having two pillars. Omo Labake for giving me good kids. Adenike for giving me good kids. All their children are doing well. I appreciate you. Your support. There was a time I was doing my PhD. I think I was with her. You know, Olabisi number. And yeah, I started my PhD there before they break the tunnel. That was two students remain standing. Two students came to me. He said, comrade, they used to call me in Ogun State University there. How is your PhD? I said, it's in the pipeline. He said, hope you think the pipeline has not been busted. Because of the politics then, they busted the pipeline but I came here, I have survived here, my VC. I thank LADOKE for what you have done for me. So, and I started my PhD all over again, and I finished to time. With the support, that was a time I was reading my book. Remain standing. I have something to say. In the night, when I was supposed to do something that is okay, I just stood up. I remember something that I was to put down. And Madam now said, so it has not become, my vice chancellor, sir. Tẹ́nìkan mọ́ mi ìtì mi ò mẹ́nìkan ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí tọ́lọ́run wá fi mi hàn fáráyé kọ́lọ́run máa fi mi hàn láhùn pa bàbá máa fi mi hàn. To everyone mentioned and those whose name I could not include due to space and time constraint, jazakumullahu khairan. May Allah reward you abundantly. Everyone's contribution to my life and career have been immeasurable. Once again, all praises be to Allah, the Lord of the universe. Thank you for listening.
The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Registrar, all other principal officers, Provost Deans, eminent professors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I hereby declare the 72 inaugural lecture ceremony closed.
To the training on
Please let's remain standing while the Vice Chancellor leads the academic procession out of the hall. Let's remain standing, please.
This lovely LADOKE, you've kept the promise, now we're singing, all dressed in splendor, as your promise again is kept. Oh, dear sweet rainbow, allure my feelings, make me so timeless. One race possess